Hey guys, it's John here from Sonic Drive Studio. I hope you're all doing well. To boost or not to boost? That's the main question of this new series, and I think that the main premise is obvious. Does the featured amplifier sound better without a boost up front, so the pure and raw amp tones, or does it benefit from a boost up front? I personally love those raw and pure gain tones from a tube amplifier. That raw, fat and chunky saturation is basically what makes every amplifier sound unique in its own way. However, especially for high gain rock and metal, a lot of players do like to boost their amplifiers with an overdrive pedal just to make them sound more tight and focused. Some amps are already very tight and focused by default, like the EVH5153 for example. Other amps are more loose and saggy by default, like the Mesa Boogie Dual Rectifier for example. So some amps definitely benefit more from a boost pedal than others, but that also depends on the player, the guitar, the style, the pickups, the settings, etc. Now I usually prefer to avoid boost pedals as much as possible because I love that pure and raw amp tone, but sometimes I do make an exception for very low tunings, for like an 8 string or a baritone or a 9 string. It just helps to bring more focus to those low notes and just to clear out some mud. For this series I did make a vow though to dive into the world of boosts and to find out what they can do for various types of amps. So I will be doing more episodes of this show in the future with various types of amps, various types of boost pedals and various guitars. Just to go on a little tone adventure and to find out what you and I prefer. In this first episode we're going to use the iconic Peavey 6505, formerly known as the 5150. It's an amp that is widely known for being used in the metal genre. Now this amp isn't the tightest amplifier for metal, but it's also not the most loose amplifier, so it falls somewhere in between. It's definitely a very chunky sounding amp with plenty of gain on the lead channel. And we will be boosting this amplifier with the Maxon OD808 overdrive pedal. Also a very well-known boost pedal that is very often used in combination with this amplifier in the metal genre. I wrote some metal riffs on my ESP LTD EC1000T full thickness Eclipse. And this guitar is equipped with EMG pickups, and in the bridge position we have the EMG 57. And this guitar is tuned to drop C with a set of 11s, and I'm just going to play some chunky drop C metal riffs that hopefully do a good job of testing the premise of this show. So first we're going to take a listen to the Peavey 6505 without a boost pedal up front, so just the pure and raw amplifier tones. So let's go ahead and take a listen to that right now. Awesome, I think that the amp sounds great by default without a boost. The raw amp tone is pretty thick and chunky and sure, a little on the loose side in the low end, but still with a great mid-range presence and push that sits very nicely in the mix. And how a guitar sits in the mix is obviously very important. Does it need a boost though to sound better? I'm not sure, but I'm dying to find out. So I'm using the Maxon OD808 with the level cranked up all the way, the gain turned down all the way, and the tone set somewhere in the middle, a little past noon to be precise. Now these settings are often used for metal with these types of pedals. I did adjust the settings on the amplifier a little bit to accommodate the sound of the boost pedal, but aside from the gain control, the variances are very subtle. Will the boost pedal make the tone sound more focused, tight and defined? And is the end result better for the mix? Let's find out. So here are those same riffs, but this time with the boost pedal up front. Here we go. definitely more tight, focused and edgy sounding. Especially with the palm muted notes, there's just less low end buildup in the distortion. The overall level seems to be a little bit more quiet, which is interesting because I did not change the level settings. And the tone is a little bit less dynamic as well. Let's now do an A/B back-to-back comparison of the pure, raw amp tones and the amp tones with the boost up front. Here we go. Great! And now that same thing again, but this time with the guitars isolated. Interesting. So the big question remains, to boost or not to boost? Definitely let me know in the comments down below what you think. Does the Peavey 6505 sound better, pure and raw without a boost pedal up front? Or does it definitely benefit from the Maxon OD808 up front? And also, why do you think it sounds better? Be sure to leave a vote down below. But what is my opinion? Well, in the case of this amplifier with this guitar, I do think that the low end sounds more tight and focused, that's for sure. But the low palm muted notes do sound a little bit more scratchy here and there. I know that this is a sound that a lot of you definitely like, and I can see the appeal. The sound is a little bit more focused, gainy and compressed, so I guess that it feels a little bit more fluid under the hand. However, in this case with this amplifier, I think that I would personally still prefer the amplifier without a boost. I think that if I were to use this amplifier with an extended range guitar like an 8 or 9 string, that I would use a boost pedal up front though. So it definitely also depends on the music being played and the guitar. What amps and or boost pedals should I feature in future episodes of this show? Definitely let me know. That's all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please drop a like and a subscribe, as I'd really appreciate that because it really helps the channel out. And you can also follow Sonic Drive Studio on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter for more exclusive content. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you soon. Cheers!